CAC slabs stirring up the hobby. We're in a conundrum with this new grading company. I want to do another video on this because someone at my help community brought up some important points and some discussion here. It's over here on the Coin Help You community. I'll put a link in the description. I welcome anyone to come over here and make some comments on this. Earl, who was a former school teacher, retired, is a friend of mine and a regular customer that comes down and visits me when he can. We do some trading online, and he helps me a lot in this forum. I mean, a lot. And he loves to teach. And he was bringing up a point about my video that I did on CACG, which is the coin grading company, the newest coin grading company. And if you don't know, I did a video on a couple of them on the fact that people were cracking out or submitting PCGS graded coins and NGC graded coins and sending them to CAC, and some of them were getting artificial toned and cleaned, or they were downgraded, like Silver Eagles that were 70 in a PCGS holder were 68 in a CAC holder. Coins that were submitted to CAC as problem coins were submitted back to PCGS. They became not problem coins. Then they were sent back to CAC just to get the sticker, and they got the sticker. So a lot of confusion going on here. Well, I've got something I want to share with you that I think's even worse than you can imagine, because you've got a company coming along, and like Earl says here, CAC, and PCGS has always been the darling grading company, the standard supposedly. Not all of them, but most of the rare coins are in PCGS holders. And so most people never thought much. I mean, you send your coin to CAC and it gets a sticker. It was just basically validating that PCGS was correct, its choice for the grade, not that they agreed or disagreed. The problem is that not all PCGS or NGC coins would get a CAC sticker, and there's no record of the coins that didn't get a CAC sticker. So therefore, they were actually rejecting some of PCGS's even when they were just the sticker company. Now they're a grading company, and they can put it in a holder, the rejection, so that you actually know which ones are being rejected. So CAC all along has not agreed with PCGS or NGC, and probably the reason why Albanese started it. I mean, he had his hand in starting PCGS and NGC. Now he started another grading company because of probably the inconsistencies that he's seen. Who knows? It could be for money too. It doesn't really matter what it's for. It's kind of upturning things a little bit. And I'll show you the reason why I think that. But it puts us in a conundrum, because if PCGS is the grading company with the most expensive coins in the holders and they sell for the most, CAC comes along and says, no, it's not anymore. We are. We see their errors. They're inconsistent. We are going to show them who is boss in the grading. We know what questionable is. We know what cleaned is. And they're putting coins in holders that are questionable and that are AT. And we just know better. Now, how do they determine this? Because they think their graders are better, I guess, or because their experience is better, or their opinions are better. Folks, this is the reason why we need to go to computers. I know a lot of people are against the AI. It doesn't really need to be AI. A coin's condition is what it is. Human beings don't have to be on this earth. If we all of a sudden just disappeared off this earth, every coin still has a condition and a state of preservation. That's a fact that can be measured mathematically and scientifically. We have instruments that can measure the light reflections, the surface integrity, what's on the surface, what's not on the surface, what's happened to the surface. I mean, we have computers that can figure all that out now. It don't have to be AI. But we do have the technology for that. We use it in industry all the time, and that's one of the things that Earl points out. We need to use computers more to figure out the surfaces of coins to make sure that it's consistent, that every time a coin is cleaned, it's cleaned every time. Every time a coin's mint state 63, it's mint state 63. And we all know that mint state 63 is a range. It's a plus and a minus. There's never going to be one coin that or 10 coins that's going to fit exactly, because they're all unique. Every coin's unique. But what my problem is, what my thoughts are, and I was thinking about this, as you go down through and read the discussion, I encourage you to do that. It's worth the read. And we have other people chiming in, more information being added. Just, it's very interesting. But my problem is this. Look at this. We have the top coins in the industry put in an NGC holder here. You've got PR64 for an NGC. This is the 1913 very rare proof Liberty nickel. Infamous. So these coins here are, as I say, this is in the PCGS. What if they're considered cleaned in CAC holders, or maybe a grade less in CAC holders? Then what does someone who paid over $3 million for this coin? That's some serious business. I doubt they'll bother doing it, but I'll tell you what, if that coin right here, someone paid $3,737,500 for this coin with buyer's premium and all, and they sent it to CACG and they sent it back PR details or artificial toned or PR 63 or 62, that is huge. So really, that's not going to help the hobby at all with that kind of grading. Same thing with the PCGS here. And then you've got more coins. All of these coins, the rarest of rare coins, are in PCGS and NGC holders. And every one of these could become questionable toning overnight with one submission, or downgraded grades because of the opinions of another grading company coming in that's using human graders exclusively, at just human graders. Now, these coins all have a condition aside of what human opinion is. They've had chemical reactions. They've either been, none of them has been circulated, but they've all been handled, so they have marks on them. The planches were handled before, or they were handled at the mint inappropriately because the quality control was worse back in the day. So you have these coins that have marks on them, and so no matter what happens, these coins have a certain condition and state of preservation, no matter what our opinions are on that. Okay, so that needs to be scientifically ascertained. We need to quantify that with math and science and using our instruments and our technology that we have. You can forget the AI. That can become later. It can learn this stuff. But the point of it is that AI would just make it more consistent. Computers can make this better though. And it has been proven. If you ever read, and I did a video on this, PCGS already has a patent for this. It was more consistent than their human graders. It's the resubmissions, I think, that caused it from not happening. I've been told this, the fact that the resubmissions would stop, or at least slow down, and that's part of their business. That's a huge part of their business model. People resubmitting for higher grades. And then I'm not even going to mention some of these other ones that are even more expensive. This 1794 66 plus, it's got a CAC sticker on it, but that doesn't mean anything, because if it's submitted to the grading company, they might have a different opinion all of a sudden. Maybe it's artificially toned now. What if it's not a mint state 66 plus anymore? The person that shelled out $6,600,000, you think they're going to send that coin in to CACG? No. You wouldn't. It'd be crazy, because you don't know what you're going to get. Artificial tone coins or a downgrade. So this can create a huge problem in this industry. And we're talking about millions of dollars here, or hundreds of thousands of dollars in these coins. After a while, CACG is either going to have to start grading these, or grading, like I said, modern coins. They're already doing that, because they can't stay in business just grading the rarest of rare and then downgrading people's rarest of rare, or problem coining everybody's rarest of rare. It's not going to be a good thing. So I'm not really sure what the purpose is here, to come in and like gangbusters and start doing the extremely conservative grading. Honestly, I don't think, and this is the deal, there's nothing wrong with using a computer program, and you have 1,000 mint state 63 Morgan dollars, and let's say they're all 1881s, just for the sake of argument here. The computer scans all of them and then says, okay, these are all 63. And then it's going to show the minus 63s and the plus 63s. Then you do that with 64, and you do it with 62. Eventually, it'll be able to settle out with the AI to learn that the plus and minus, the baseline of those three grades, so that there's very little crossover, or very little 63s holders with coins that look like they're 64, or very little coins in 64 holders that look 63. That's how you weed out the inconsistencies here. It's a process. It's not just like you just throw a coin at AI and say, grade it. It doesn't work like that. And then someone comes in and says, well, that's a 66 because I programmed the AI to do that. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not how it works. Every surface of a coin has, reflective qualities, has marks, striking, different striking designations, weak strikes, and there's clean coins out there. There's all kinds of different things that's happened to coin. There's some translucency going on with some of these coins, especially with the toning and all that. That can be measured. It can be determined what's natural, not natural. That can be taught to a computer. But the thing about humans is that sometimes it's artificial, sometimes it's not. Opinions are all over the place. Sometimes the coin's a 63, but it's a 64. Like I said, these resubmissions and things like that, that's what happens. So I do think that we're in a conundrum here with the CACG grading company, and it could really upturn some things. It could hurt some things instead of help things. I like the fact of being conservative, but more being consistent is more important than being conservative. Because if your 63 is always 63, then that's great. And at least 9 times out of 10 instead of, 8 times out of 10 or 7 times out of 10. We need better consistency. That's what I'm shooting for. And yeah, you've got to use human graders. You got to use computers. You got to use science, and you really need to get down to the nitty gritty and what is what, and come up with a standard and a baseline for every single grade, every single condition, every single state of preservation for a coin. That's the direction we have to go with this. Not another grading company with more human graders. That's just not the answer. So tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.